Okay, week 9. Bears coming in 3-5, losing 3 straight. They will win more games this season. Do not worry. They're not gonna go 3-14. We're not gonna have a massive game losing streak. That's just not gonna happen. Bears will fucking probably get an upset win or two and beat the Lions and Vikes and Giants and Seahawks. Okay. Well, those predictions are a while off, a few weeks off. For now, it's week 9, November 4th to November 8th. And today is Thursday Night Football. And we're going to start with that. Before we start, let's look at the position of the league for now. It might take a while to load because I'm uploading a video right now. Okay, never mind. Yeah, my week 8 recap is downloading. Okay. Ew, no, fuck. That is not good. I don't like that, not one bit. Okay, so the Bears have a 1% chance. We have a 14% chance of making the playoffs. Lions are. Let's check in on the Lions quickly. And there was no scoregami this week. So week 9 predictions. Last week I went 7-9. This week there is going to be 4 teams on bye, which means that there is going to be 14 games. There's going to only be 14 games this week. So, not a lot of games this week. But, wow, they really are rough. Let's check what happens if they win out. If they win out and go 9-8, they'll have a 30% chance making the playoffs. Their tragic number is 5-9. So if they go 5-12, they're all but eliminated. So they have to, at the very least, go 6-11 to even have a remote chance. So they're pretty much eliminated. Okay, let's start. Jets at Colts. Colts coming off a rough, heartbreaking loss against the Titans, and the Jets are coming off a really impressive win with a really good backup QB. One of the best performances I've seen from the Jets in a long time. Um, the Jets, I thought people were saying, oh, they're gonna go fucking 1 and. After that performance, it could easily be a fluke, but it was against a good team that was coming off a good win versus the Ravens last week, and to upset them like that at home, everything seemed to click. I think Mike White's going to be the answer for a while, possibly even after Zach Wilson comes back from the injury. But I do think, in the long term, I think Zach Wilson is the future for the Jets team. But I think the Jets are going to right this ship, and this is going to be kind of like the 2019 season where um, they start actually improving midway through. Kind of ruining that tank, but winning for pride. Um, maybe 6 wins. Bears probably 8 wins. Somewhere in that ballpark. If they right the ship now, they might have a small chance of a playoff, but I doubt that. They're not going to make the playoffs this season. So, but you are playing the Colts, a team that, has gotten momentum. They've been 3-2 last few games. After starting 0-3. But I have a feeling. I think the Jets are going to have their first winning streak since the 2-game fluke last season. But this time, the only difference is people are actually going to be happy. I don't think anyone was happy when they won the last two games, mostly because it got them instead of Trevor Lawrence, they got fucking Zach Wilson. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback, but Justin Fields was available. I mean that's good because we got Justin Fields. It's Justin Fields, Trey Lance, Mac Jones. I think all the quarterbacks are good, but um, there could have been better options for them. But I still think Jack Wilson's gonna do good. But I'm pretty sure you ask any Jets fan, they had a choice. I'm pretty sure 99.9% would have picked Trevor. But I do understand the people saying, well, yeah, they would have had to gone 0 and 16, and the shame of going 0 and 16. Is it really worth the draft pick? Because you will forever be known as a team that went winless. So I kind of understand them. But I'm gonna pick the Jets actually. I'm gonna pick the Jets to win by a field goal. 21-18. And this is gonna rely on a lot of mistakes in the Colts part. The Jets are gonna improve to 3-5. Gonna take them out of the tank race. Um, let's go back. I think the Jets are gonna probably win a few more games. They're not as terrible as I think. Next up, this is one of the biggest tank bowls in a while, as Urinating Tree would say. Um, I think whoever wins this has the best shot, besides the Lions, of the first round pick. Um, it's a pointless game. Both these teams are all but eliminated from playoff contention, even if they did sneak in at like 9-8. What the fuck are you gonna do, huh? Get blown out by the Chargers or Patriots in the wild card round, or the Steelers or the Bengals? Making the playoffs is in the worst interests. At least with the Dolphins, if they do make the playoffs, it's like your draft pick was given to the Eagles, so guess give them a worse pick. Um, yeah. Nonetheless, this one is really hard for me to predict because these two teams are god awful. They're just not good at all. But I think just going off records and stuff on similar opponents, I'm actually going to go with the Dolphins to narrowly win a absolute slugfest of a game. 17-14. Dolphins win and get their first win since week 1, dethroning the Patriots. Which, it happens everywhere. No matter what, the Dolphins will beat the Patriots once. Next up, Browns at Bengals. As much as I like the Browns, I'm not a Browns fan, but I feel sorry for them. They're like the lovable losers that are finally good now. Like 2016 Cubs, pretty much. Just the way the Bengals got embarrassed last week, they're gonna go all out. They are not going to lose another game because this can be the difference between being a Super Bowl contender or at least a playoff contender or just narrowly sneaking in. So if they lose this game, they fall to 5-4 and are out. If they win this game, they're 6-3. So yeah, and Titans are playing the Rams, so it's like you might be able to get a good seed. But I'm gonna pick the Bengals to win. The Browns are gonna have a rough season, but I do think they're gonna bounce back. I do think the Browns and Bills are gonna win a Super Bowl this year. Not this year, sometime this decade. But I think this might be a rough season. This might be a little regress season, kind of like 2019. But they'll be back. Don't worry. Bengals are gonna win 27-17. Next up, the Jags and the Bills. I'm not even gonna bother. It's the fucking Jaguars versus the Bills. I just can't even imagine this Bills team losing this game. The Jags are just god awful. I think they're just gonna tank some more and get some good offensive pieces for Trevor Lawrence. Is it gonna be a 1 to 2 year thing? I think the Jags will finally probably be relevant. 2023. Just keep tank for a season or two, and then your super team will be built. Bills win and an offensive showing 41 to 17. Actually, no. 41 to 10. Actually, no. I think they're going to get a garbage time touchdown. 41-17, kind of like the Bears game last season. Next up, the Broncos at the Cowboys. Cowboys are good right now. They're really good. That's why I'm having them just beat the Broncos straight up. The Broncos, they did get a sloppy win. You know, they lost 4 straight, finally improved. But you're not going to be beating the Cowboys, even without Dak. The Vikings are a better team than the Broncos, and they still lost. But without Dak, I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I'm going to go Cowboys 32, Broncos 21. Next up, Patriots and Panthers. This is going to be a close game. Two teams with equal records. It's going to be a must-win game for the Panthers because they're right now they're in a playoff spot. You want to keep that. You want to get that above 500 heading into mid-season. But the Patriots right now they're on fire. This is a good Patriots team, and I'm actually gonna pick the Patriots to win this one with Mac Jones in a narrow game by one field goal, 28-24, almost by a field goal. Next up, Raiders coming off a bye versus the Giants. Giants had a decent game against the Chiefs, something that no one expected going into this season. The Chiefs have been really disappointing, if not the most disappointing team. People are saying, "Oh, they're gonna go like 16-1 or 15-2." Like really? But I'm gonna pick the Raiders. I'm gonna pick the Raiders to win this one. Yeah, they had a lot of tragic stuff with the car crash. They're gonna win. They get the momentum. The Raiders have had a rough. Um, they've had a rough few weeks ever since John Gruden got hired and losing to the Bears. It's been rough. But I'm gonna pick the Raiders by 10. Um, 35-27. That's not by 10. Close enough though. Um, Next up, the Vikings at the Ravens. The Ravens. You know, despite the bad loss against the Bengals, I'm gonna have to pick the Baltimore Ravens. to win this one. Is that because I am a homer? It is a division rival. They don't really have a lot. I don't have a lot of respect for the Vikings. Um, a lot more respect for the. Ow, my eye! Look. Ow, my eye. Oh God, I got something in my eye. Do I think the Vikings could pull off this win? Absolutely. You know, our record is gonna be the same. They're 3-4, we're 3-5, but I think the Vikings are a better team. But I still think the Bears will probably be able to split the series or even sweep them. Um, and also sweep the Lions. But it's just like it's it's the Baltimore Ravens. I think they're gonna be able to get shit done. It's a must-win game. They want to have that dominance in that division. They're gonna go all out, and I think they're gonna win. I'm gonna predict it's gonna be a really high-scoring game. I think. Actually, no. 29-20. Ravens win. Next up, Chargers and Eagles. Chargers coming off a very nasty loss versus the Patriots. Eagles are coming off a massive blowout win versus the Lions. Now it's against the Lions, so I'm not gonna put congrats, but it was a really impressive blowout win. You destroyed them. Um, Chargers coming off a bad loss versus the um, Patriots. So it's just like, I'm gonna go with the Chargers. I oh no, Chargers just um Chargers are just like hmm, I have a feeling. I think they're gonna get shit done. 31-24. I think the Eagles are gonna keep it in because they have been playing good against good opponents. They have played good against the Tampa Bay Bucks. The Eagles play good against good opponents, but they just can't quite finish. Next up, the Packers at the Chiefs. Now, a couple days ago, I would say the Packers got this one in the bag. Rodgers is going to torch that awful Chiefs defense. But after the revelations coming on right now with the COVID situation with Rodgers, and is Devontae still out? I don't know. I after Jordan Love just is nothing compared to Rodgers. Rodgers is a really good quarterback, as much as it hurts to admit it. Um, considering that Mahomes is still there, um, I think the Chiefs are going to play their heart out. If it was Rodgers, I would have picked the Packers to win. But just because Rodgers isn't there and the Chiefs are desperate right now, they're going to play their heart out for a statement win. The Chiefs are going to put everything they got into this, and I think they're narrowly going to beat a very good Packers team. 27-24. And just a nail biter. Um, it's just, Chiefs are gonna get this one, I think, and they're still not even gonna be in playoff contention. But this win, the Packers are gonna fight hard because if they lose, they fall all the way down to the 3 seed, and the Cowboys, what? Apparently the Cowboys become the 1st seed. I don't know why. Probably some tiebreaker thing. But they have 3-7-1 teams, really good teams. I think it's gonna be one that's gonna hurt the Packers, but they're still 7-2, and they pretty much are in the division lead by only team that is a threat to them is the Bears. And the only hope the Vikings have winning the division is if they sweep the Packers somehow, which can happen because they were the only team that actually beat the Packers in the division last season. If they can sweep the Packers, that'll be huge. But the Packers all but won the division at this point, even with this loss. I will be rooting for the Chiefs on Sunday, as any Bear fan should. Packer fans do the same to us. Of course, they're going to root for the team playing the Bears. That's just how the rivalry goes. Next up, Titans at Rams. Gotta go with the Rams. The Rams are coming off a great thing. They're going to learn a lesson about not letting the game slip from them. Um, but yeah, it's just Rams are just a good team. Titans, they're 6-3. Um, oh wow. Um, I'm trying to think what would the score be? Because I think this is gonna be a high scoring game, like a very high scoring game. I'm gonna go 42-32. Rams win. Falcons at Saints. Saints are coming off a very good win against one of the Super Bowl favorites, Tampa Bay Bucks. Um, if I'm not gonna put it to tie, hell no. And for that reason, I'm gonna go with the Saints. You beat the Bucks. I think the Falcons aren't that bad. I do see the Falcons putting up some early points, but choking it away. Luckily, the Braves won the World Series, so it's like, congrats. It's gonna alleviate some of the pain of the season, even if the Falcons lose out. So congrats. I'm gonna predict Saints are gonna win 26-16. I just have a feeling. Next up, Cardinals at 49ers. Cardinals are gonna bounce back. After that painful loss, they are not going to let a losing streak happen. Because there's already a lot of clowns and they're not legitimate because they lost one fucking game. Like, what do you want them to do? 17-0? Oh, someone's calling in. So, anyway, yeah, 49ers, I'm still mad at them for beating the Bears. But I think the Cardinals are going to win. And I think they're going to win good. 35-21. Yeah. We have a guest on the episode right now. Miss Shai is calling in. Say hi. Yes. Next, the final pick of the night. The Bears at the Steelers. What do you think, babe? Yes, the Bears. I think the Bears are finally going to snap that losing streak and go to 4-5 against a good Steelers team. Steelers are still, however, comfy in the seventh seed, so they don't really have that much incentive to win. I think the Bears are gonna narrowly out get a little luck. I think they're gonna score 24 points. We're gonna win by one touchdown, 24-17. Bears win a good game to go into the bye with a good win to rest up. 4-5. Are they going into the bye? Who do they play week 10? Okay, yeah, we're going into the bye. So Bears go into the bye off a dub. 1 week without worrying about Bears football. Week 10, I'm also gonna cock that up as a win. So Bears gonna go to 5-5. They beat the bye week. Let's go. These are my predictions for week 9. Um, um, Lions don't have to worry about losing this week. Um, Packers will probably end up beating the Chiefs, but just because Rodgers is out, I just don't feel comfortable. I don't know about Jordan Love. It's obvious Rodgers is the better quarterback. And the Bears, I feel like this is gonna be a game we win. The Steelers are notorious for playing down to their opponents. And I think that's gonna be one of those games. Anyway, I'm a sports person. Good night.